Keep up to date with the latest news and information from Propertymark.
Welcome to Propertymark Pulse in association with Rightmove. Well, we are pretty much a quarter of the way into the year. However, hands in the air, who feels like the Christmas break was only last week? By the way, I've got my hand in the air for sure. So, we've been lively over the last few weeks and I've got loads to keep you updated on. Our first port of call will be the Renters' Rights Act. We're also going to look at making tax digital, plus jump into inflation figures, and we're going to check in with the latest numbers from the ONS regarding the house price index and rental price index this month. So let's go for it.
We are Propertymark.
Across the next month, things are going to prove really busy. Reason number one, that is on Wednesday. It will be exactly 1 month to go before the first phase of implementation for the Renters' Rights Act. The UK government has published its final version of its Renters' Rights Act information sheet. The information sheet sets down key changes for tenants ahead of the reforms, and they come into effect on the 1st of May 2026. Letting agents and landlords have a legal duty to distribute the document to all relevant tenants, with a very strict deadline of the 31st of May 2026, and financial penalties for non-compliance. This includes sending a physical copy of the document via email, potentially as a PDF or via the post or in person. However, simply sending a web link will not be deemed as acceptable. Propertymark are advising you keep a robust evidence trail and full audit regarding who and when information is sent. You can get full details and further guidance at propertymark.co.uk. In addition, it's now a matter of days before the first phases of making tax digital kick in. For those with a qualifying income of more than £50,000, there will be a new stipulation to submit financial and earnings data via approved software electronically directly to HMRC. Propertymark has produced a range of helpful resources to support members, including detailed guidance, key dates, practical tools, all on our Knowledge Hub. We'll also hold a joint webinar with HMRC on the 27th of April 2026, aimed at helping agents and landlords better understand how the new rules operate in practice. Members can register and get more details at propertymark.co.uk.
We are Propertymark.
So Wednesday was a big day for facts and figures. First, at 7 a.m, the latest figures concerning inflation were released, and it reported that things remain steady at a rate of 3%. However, that really doesn't tell the full story here, as the period for which these figures cover is from before we started to witness rising tensions across the globe. What needs to happen here is we need to pay extremely close attention to the rate of inflation over coming months and how it might influence base rate decisions. Although we saw no movement regarding the base rate last time a decision was made, the forthcoming decisions will likely be closely linked to the health of the economy domestically, which of course is interlinked with global events. So while we had a generally optimistic start to the year, from here it could get a little less predictable, and that ultimately has the potential to affect consumer affordability and confidence in the months ahead. And while we're talking about facts and figures, let's look at the ONS data published this week regarding the house price index and rental price index. Average house prices increased by 1.3% to 268,000 in the 12 months to January 2026. This annual growth, though, is down from 1.9% in the 12 months to December 2025. However, so aspects are currently slowing off slightly. Average UK monthly rents continue to increase by 3.5% to 1,374 on average in the 12 months to February 2026. Again, this rate of rental inflation is cooling off. Now, with growing concerns in the wider economy and the knock-on effects consumers in the UK will likely feel, there is no doubt that these facts and figures will bring interesting reading over the coming months, and we'll keep you fully up to date with what happens.
Propertymark.
As always, a massive thank you for listening. We are back on the 10th of April. Good luck with the hour less sleep this weekend, but hey, that is worth it for the brighter evenings, right? Don't forget, Propertymark 1 in association with Rightmove is on the 13th of June. That is 78 days away. You can get more information and tickets at propertymark.co.uk/1. Have a great week ahead, and we'll do this all again in 2 weeks' time.